pressure I felt to take things to the next level. Things were moving so fast. I was basically the only person in the freshman class who hadn't done it yet. So we did.
I loved him.
I thought she loved me.
My health class had CPR at school. I stayed after class to talk with the instructor about it. They showed me that it didn't have to be that way.
They showed me that I get to make my own choices.
There is another way.
That's the best thing CPR gives you. Another way. A better way.
A healthy way. Sometimes you don't see it because you're in your own world, but they don't make you feel bad. They talk to you like a real person, and they save kids from really unhealthy decisions. They tell the truth, and they know what they're talking about. So yeah, my life was different. I started to choose the better way.
I honestly don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing had it not been for CPR.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you'll have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
After the Marine Corps, I was diagnosed with PTSD and became homeless for 15 years. Like a hermit living on the street, I just existed. I came to Wheeler Mission. Wheeler operates on a culture of kindness. Going through their programs reminded me that my meaning in life is to serve God. God set me free from anxiety and depression. Before Wheeler, I just existed, but today I live.
Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
Hey conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You see if I did it?
Always a pleasure to bring you Indiana High School basketball on IndianaSRN. Tonight, the Lions of Horizon Christian stroll into Whitestown to take on the Traders Point Knights in one of 2 games on the network for you tonight, IndianaSRN. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences. Begin your journey today. The Morales Group, building better futures, one story at a time. Bertner Electric, serving greater Indianapolis and the surrounding counties. Piper Logistics, 3 services, 1 logistical solution. And by Reynolds Farm Equipment, serving our customers and the community since 1955. Alongside Chuck Levine, I'm Jared Lewis, and like we said, as always, it's a pleasure, Chuck. We're full swing now in this boys basketball season. It's funny, the girls' side of things, they're almost done, which Coach was telling me last week, but we got some boys action for tonight. Should be a really good, exciting matchup, I think, between these two.
Yeah, 2 teams with some pretty big offense, or at least the capability to have some pretty big offense. I'll be interested to see how the matchups shake out. 2 teams in sort of different places. Right, Horizon Christian 7-3 on the season. Traders Point only played 5 games so far. So 2 teams that are sort of had a different test so far, but they've put up interesting numbers, and I'm excited to see how it shakes out.
We'll start off with the visitors, that being Horizon Christian. They've played more games, like you said, and they already have more wins under their belt than they did last season. So just 5 wins for Coach Millsap and his squad, but they've already eclipsed that. They're coming off a win against Northwest High School, which they won by 5. And really it's a committee-type ball club, but you do have a couple of studs, and it helps out when you have not 1, but 2 guys picking up double-doubles to help secure the victory.
Yeah, absolutely. Horizon Christian had both Brody Matthews and Quinn Yoder, like you said, pick up double-doubles. Matthews, 11 points, 13 rebounds, 6 blocks for himself as well, showing up on defense. And then Yoder, 18 and 11, a steal for himself as well. So, like you said, two great players, and we'll see how much more they can contribute to their teams today.
13 rebounds is a lot, but 6 rebounds might be the most impressive, or 6 blocks, I should say, is probably the most impressive stat line that Matthews put up in that last game against Northwest. Matthews scored 20 points last week in the loss to Beth Haven, a really good school out of Louisville. So Horizon able to bounce back from that game, pick up the win against Northwest, and holding a Beth Haven team last week who was scoring close to 90 points per game. They held them to 48, but the 45 for themselves, unable to help them get that victory. Nonetheless, this Horizon Christian team, like we said, they've already improved so much under the direction of Coach George Millsap from last year. And this will be perhaps maybe their toughest test, I think, so far this year in this Traders Point team. Definitely towards the top. This Knights Ball Club playing very well together with that 4-1 record. And Coach Busick, he's been doing this a long time. He knows how to get his guys ready to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, a ton of balance, looking at some stats, a ton of ball movement throughout the lineup, and that's really what you want to see. Can't let your offense get too stagnant, especially if you're relying on certain players to be on the floor. So great to see from that lineup. And, again, we'll have to see how it shakes out today.
We'll talk about a couple of the key players for Coach Busick and his squad when we return. We will step aside. The Lions and the Knights getting closer to tip-off here from Whitestown.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners, because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Kind of take a closer look at this Knights Ball Club under the direction of Sean Busick, who's in his 2nd year coaching for Traders Point, but he has 30 years overall coaching under his belt, over 420 wins to his credit. Their last game against Covenant Christian, a loss. It was close throughout. We had that game on the network last week, a 44-40 drop for Traders Point, their first loss of the season. So you win your first 4 games. Now you can return back to your home court, and you still have a lot of trust in some of the guys that you're going to put out in your starting 5 to get back into that win column.
Yeah, absolutely. You're talking about guys like Drew Busick, Amari Justice, Cooper Simmons-Little. All guys have put up or are averaging double digits on the season. And like I said before we took that break, all of those guys averaging over 3 or more assists per game. So all very reliable players for Coach Busick, and another strong season. Only 1 loss so far, and a whole lot more wins to go out and get.
Another thing with this Traders Point team, Chuck, is this starting 5. They all contribute in many different ways. You said 3 guys that are in double figures. They share the ball extremely well. If they do need a guy, it does seem like it could be Busick, especially if they need a big shot, if they need a 3. This is a pretty good, well-shooting 3-point team. When you talk about Busick and Justice, who can step out, those guys can knock it down from deep. But Busick does seem to be kind of the general. He's the guy that they might look to if they need a big bucket.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you talk about 3-point shooting, Drew Busick is actually 5th in 1A for 3-pointers made, 14 on the season, 47% from beyond the arc. So a very impressive stat for him, and he'll be looking to keep that up, especially in big moments.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And you can dish it to somebody who's top 5 in the state for shooting behind the line. Builds confidence.
Yeah, sure does. So Busick having a really good start to his junior season. And then we mentioned Amari Justice, one of the seniors that's also in the starting lineup. Cooper Simmons-Little, the football quarterback for Traders Point. He's also a senior. Kind of an X-factor guy. You can throw it to him in the high post. He can hit a jumper in the short corner, and he can also go after rebounds for you.
Absolutely. Simmons-Little, one of the guys that Coach Busick pointed out to me as one of their energy guys, one of the people they really look to when he's on the court to get the scoring going, keep everybody keep everyone's heads in the game.
Really good record so far for both of these clubs. So we're in the first third of the season just about. Horizon Christian 7 wins on the season. Traders Point 4-1 is their record. Traders Point just shy of 60 points per game, so they know how to shoot and score the basketball, but giving up just 37.5 to their opponents, that's quite the margin.
Yeah, it certainly is. The defense has definitely been on display for both teams. We mentioned the stats for Brody Matthews from his last game, but we'll have to see how that plays out in terms of the offense that we have been seeing coming into a team with stronger defense like the Lions of Horizon Christian.
Horizon Christian, the away team tonight in Whitestown. There's Traders Point getting ready to be introduced after we hit our national anthem wearing the home white uniforms and the navy blue letters and numbers. So we will take one last break before we finally have some action out on the floor. The Lions and the Knights coming up next on IndianaSRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
This is the Frells family's land. When the sun comes out, the kids run and play right there. This used to be a shed. Now, it's where they get breakfast. This is more than just land. It's home. The Frells family runs with us on a John Deere 1 Series tractor. This land isn't the only thing that should live on for generations. Nothing runs like a Deere. Search John Deere 1 Series for more.
Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
We return to Traders Point Christian Academy, ready to meet our starting lineup. First up for Horizon Christian, and then we will see the starters for Traders Point. Let's go to the public address announcer. Well done by the PA announcer, getting everybody ready, fired up.
Yeah, I like the music.
Yeah, a little added touch.
Get the party started.
That's right. We're ready to go. Fans are ready to go. Players also ready to rock and roll. Packed out gymnasium at Traders Point Christian Academy as well. I want to remind you this broadcast is copyrighted by IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association for the private use of our audience. The use of pictures, video, and audio without the express written permission of the IHSAA is prohibited. Matthews and Justice will tip it up. And the much taller Matthews with the advantage, and Horizon will start off with the basketball. Zone look defensively for Traders Point. Busick along with Robinson and Justice hedging towards the top. Quick pass in, but it was read nicely by Robinson, and he has a steal.
Nice move there. As you can sort of see a little bit of a size matchup, or interesting size matchups between the two teams.
Matthews, definitely the tallest player on the floor, has maybe an inch or two on Westerfield, but those two, for the most part, match up fairly well. And Yoder gives a very deep advantage as far as height is concerned down low for Horizon. Robinson got his man in the air but has to retreat. Long opening possession. Simmons Little on the drive, dumped down to Westerfield, and he was able to get it in over Yoder.
Nice job by Traders Point, just moving the ball around, waiting till they find the good look, not forcing anything.
Shot in the paint is no good for May. And two empty possessions to begin for Horizon. Drive baseline by Robinson. Finds Simmons Little back into the lane, but this time a rejection by Matthews.
I think Simmons Little thought he was fouled there, looking for a call from the ref. Couldn't find it. Play on.
A cut after giving it up, and the second turnover committed by Horizon. Landon Loring trying to get it back. A little bit of pressure. Israel Miles wearing the number 8 tonight. You don't see that in high school basketball very often. Justice on the drive, and he gets rejected by Miles.
So the defense is certainly showing itself by Horizon Christian. Have to see if they can find it on the offense.
Westerfield's 3 in the corner, no good. Tipped out by Justice. We'll keep heading in that direction.
Horizon just looks a little uncomfortable out there. They just look like they need to slow things down a little bit, get the ball to Brody Matthews, let him work.
Yeah, Matthews hasn't really had a touch quite yet, but he's starting to post up. Miles, short corner jumper off the rim and into the hands of Busick, who's going to get out and run. Nice pass down low, Westerfield.
Great job there by Traders, just taking advantage of what's available. Playing with some speed there.
Matthews in the middle. Foul committed by Amari Justice. First foul for either team. Westerfield all 4 points to start. Good ball movement. Miles has it on the right wing. May, a couple of feet beyond the three-point line. A deep three for Ethan May.
Yeah, no kidding. Deep three for him. Nice job just pulling up. Team hadn't been able to get anything going thus far. Great job there. Taking what you got.
May came away with 7 points in the win against Northwest.
Struggling offense is all of a sudden only down 1.
Justice on the drive, and Matthews, I think, may have gotten a fingertip on it to help that go in.
Yeah, I don't know. He was certainly there pretty close. Looked like he got a handful of arm there.
Matthews called on the personal, so Justice, chance at a three-point play.
And as someone that Horizon looks to for that defensive leadership, it's going to be interesting to see how Matthews plays. Whether or not he keeps up the aggressive play on defense, or has to tone it down with picking up a foul call there.
Early 30-second timeout called by Coach Millsap. His team, like you kind of alluded to, no real offensive rhythm quite yet, other than that enough space for May to rise up for that three.
But how much in one person pulling up is there in team rhythm, right? So I think for Horizon, they really just need to look to calm it down, move the ball a little bit, need to penetrate a little more. The ball's really just sort of moving around the perimeter. So I think for them, as long as they can, continue their offense and do what they do. I mean, they're 7-3. They know how to score. They know how to win. So if they can get back to that, find themselves, I think they'll settle in just all right.
Long way to go in this one. Just close to the halfway mark of our opening quarter, and some full court press coming from the Knights. Matthews, middle of the floor, was able to track that one down. May, nice driving kick. 3 left wing. That one's good. 2 for 2 from downtown is Horizon. That time, Landon Loring.
Nice catch and shoot 3. Landon Loring not afraid to pull from deep. It seems like nobody is anymore.
That's the new age basketball, Chuck.
Yeah, no more working it in deep in the paint, backing someone down. If you have space to get your
that's pretty good basketball. CSL hooks up with Westerfield, who has 6 points for Traders.
Seeing two very different methods of basketball. You know, we've seen a lot of passing, a lot of ball movement, and just working it down from Traders' point. Lots of methodical offense.
Loring switches sides of the court. This time misses. Miles in the corner. Grab the loose ball. Nifty pass to Matthews, and Westerfield altered that missed shot, and then Simmons Little unable to corral the pass down the floor.
Well, that was a nice defensive possession there from Horizon. From Traders' point, couldn't capitalize. Simmons Little wide open, but just off the tips of his hands.
That pass from May, though, made it a long way down the floor, slung that thing down there to the block. Loring will try another three. This time he hits from the right wing.
Catch and shoot. Horizon Christian started off a little slow, but all of a sudden they're right back in this game.
That's been all the scoring for Horizon. They're 3 of 4 shooting the three ball.
Now, obviously, Traders hasn't had any trouble scoring in the paint thus far, but I'll be interested to see if they try to stretch the floor as well.
Busick, 1v1 against May. Going for the steal and missing it. Westerfield gets it back, and Traders' point, finding the big fella down low.
Great pass there by Cooper Simmons Little. Just making the last-minute dish. Wide open man.
Trying to answer with this three. It's off the rim. Out to Robinson, who tries to fling it forward. And someone got a hand in there.
Yeah, it just looked like he got his feet caught up under him.
Matthews a missed shot. Foul pushing the back. Going to be called on Yoder. First foul on Yoder. First substitution is Trey Page for Horizon Christian. Page wears number 3. And, oh, by the way, he's an 8th grader. Playing up at the varsity level. There he is. Coming in for Coach Millsap. You can hear Coach Busick. He wants to see a different style of offense run.
And Traders has definitely played a slower game. Not quite as innovative.
Simmons Little steps out. Busick and May has been a continuous matchup throughout this first quarter. Simmons Little, a tough drive. Good defense by Miles.
Yeah, good job just disrupting the dribble. Didn't make him lose the ball, but ultimately couldn't keep going, had to dish it back out.
Patient offense for Traders' point. Busick, nice little shot fake and a drive and a huge block by Matthews.
Yeah, I was waiting for the first one. He's been pretty active down there. Picked up the foul earlier, of course. That time, looking clean. Brody Matthews on the block.
Westerfield gives a screen for Busick, and now Traders' Point has almost taken enough clock down. They could have put up one last shot, but it was a good drive again. Simmons Little trying to dish it down to Westerfield. One referee steps in, and he says it's Horizon basketball.
Nice hustle play there. Just couldn't get it. Like you said, Simmons Little looking for that last pass.
3 by Page, and a quick one and done. So now Traders' Point has the option for one final shot. But Justice, he'll attack the rim. He misses. Rebound by Matthews.
Yeah, kind of surprised he went for just a floater there. I mean, 16 seconds on the clock, plenty of time to work it around.
That's a deep three, and you could have maybe gotten a little bit closer.
Yeah, could have taken a couple more steps, maybe swung it to a teammate closer to the perimeter, but he saw what he saw, took his shot.
3-point shooting still good for Horizon Christian. They trail by 2 as we head to quarter number 2 on SRN.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back to Traders Point. Just in time for quarter number 2. Chuck Levine and Jarrett Lewis alongside with you. 2-point advantage for the home team. 8 of the 11 going to Gus Westerfield. Busick trying to get into the box score, and he does. First made 3-pointer for Traders Point.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. We talked about it in the pregame. Drew Busick, top 5 in Class 1A for 3-pointers made. Just his first one. First attempt for Traders Point.
Joel Cook starts off this second quarter, and he gives a nice bump to Matthews. So Brody Matthews will have a chance to score for the first time, coming off a 20-point performance against Northwest. Matthews on the first is no good. This first half is brought to you by Ref Reps, designed in partnership with numerous state high school associations. They're helping officials to hone their skills and promote unity in the officiating world. For the new official and the seasoned vet, contact them at refreps.com. A whistle and a lane violation, so an empty trip for Matthews.
You like to see that starting into this second quarter. They didn't really break it down into the paint very often in the first quarter, so good to see Matthews, just take it into the paint, take it to the rim, gets the contact. Maybe that'll open up the floor a little bit later in the game.
That last foul is on Loring. Loring is just a freshman. He's the one with the 2 made 3-pointers back in quarter number 1. May thought about one. He had the other. He bobbled it. No call, and a dish to Matthews. So May will end up with the assist, and Matthews finally scores.
All right, well, that's I think, the Horizon offense that they're going to be looking to replicate more often throughout this game. That is the kind of possession that I think they're more used to seeing.
Cook on the drive, and high off the glass, it falls down.
Knew he had Matthews behind him, had to get that ball pretty high up to get out of the wingspan.
3 in the corner, rims out for Page. His second 3-point attempt as he begins this second quarter. And a 3 on the other end to answer, this time TJ Robinson. Everybody's shooting 3s now. Along the baseline, and he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, everybody wants to get in on the fun.
8-point lead, largest for either team. Traders Point has led for about the entire game. Westerfield checks back in with those 8 points. Busick beats everybody.
Just caught Horizon sleeping down there. Wide open lane. Takes it right to the hoop.
It's a 10-2 run to start the second quarter. Justice, guarded by the smaller and younger, much younger Page. Offense started to pick up a little bit, and now it's going to halt. Westerfield called for the moving screen.
Yeah, it looked like the first one was clean, but moved, like you said, to set up another one, and ref got him on it.
Full court press still intact by Traders. May attacks the middle, and he traveled with it. Another Horizon Christian turnover.
Well, I thought they had settled in. They hit a few shots, and they, got a nice layup to start the quarter. But since then, it seems like they've gone back to being uncomfortable, and ultimately, like they're just not quite in this game yet.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago we were saying they had hit 3 of their last 4 3-pointers, but they have not scored except for that Matthews 2-pointer that came early on in this quarter. Justice on the drive. And they do say Page knocked it out.
Good attempt by Page to get on that. Just try to spark something for his team.
Quick inbounds from Justice to Simmons Little, and he got fouled going up. Black 8, Israel Miles. I thought that signal from the referee looked weird. You got to remember, you don't see very many numbers, or in fact, you never anymore see any numbers above 5. Good on the first free throw for CSL. He's into the box score. He becomes the 6th different player to score already for Traders.
All right, now I got to ask, as an uninitiated from California, why is it that you don't see many numbers above 5 on a guard?
Well, they do in the NBA. They don't care.
Right.
But as far as high school and college is concerned, I really don't know what the official reasoning would be, but I do know it's a lot easier for a referee to make a call.
Certainly. Okay.
if he only has to worry about using up to his 5 fingers.
I can see how that would be of benefit. All right.
You're in the premier basketball state too, Chuck.
Yeah, this is the place to be for someone who needs to learn a little bit more about the game.
11-point Traders point lead. Simmons Little trying to go up and around and under, and he'll go back to the free throw line. Try to add on to this lead.
Yeah, great attempt there on the up and under on the layup. Tried to get the reverse.
And maybe even bigger is that foul's on Brody Matthews, and that's number 2. CSL will have 2 free throws, and then Quinn Yoder is going to check in and replace Brody. First one's good for Simmons Little. This first half is also brought to you by Aspen Creek Grill. Feel like treating someone special to a delicious meal? It is the holiday season after all. Next time you head to Aspen Creek Grill, buy some gift cards to share with some friends. Great food, great atmosphere, located in Noblesville, Indiana. Breaking the press is Horizon. They're in a scoring drought. Trying to get something going. Maybe Yoder off the bench can apply that, but his 3 is no good.
Yeah, we're starting to see Horizon Christian start to fall in love with the 3-pointer.
Yoder with a nice hustle play.
Great defense by him. He had a steal in the last game.
Good pass by May, and that shot made by Braden Matthews, the younger brother by 1 year to Brody. Just the 4th point in this quarter scored by Horizon, however.
It's a pretty dynamic duo, Braden and Brody.
3 in the corner, Justice no good, offensive rebound, Simmons Little. And the 3rd trip at the free throw line is upcoming.
Yeah, great job by him to box out the opponent, position himself right there for the rebound, puts it up. Hopefully we'll have to see if he can get some more out of the trip to the line. Didn't get anything last time.
That one does go down. Simmons Little 3 of 5 now shooting free throws. Matthews had just picked up his second, and now Israel Miles has 2. Second free throws in and good. And a timeout as the lead jumps back up to 12. Horizon, a full 60-second timeout. So we'll step aside with 3:21 left to go in quarter 2.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Out of the full timeout, called by Traders Point. Horizon looking to break this pressure yet again. Trailing by 12. They're 9 points in the first quarter, all coming via the 3, but just 4 points to show for through 5 minutes.
Starting to see Horizon bring more men inside the line. Have been running a 4-in-1 out the last couple of offensive sets.
Good closeout up top to prevent May from getting off a 3. Loring, no look pass, and it wasn't able to be brought in by Braden Matthews. And I think carrying it with it was Pollard.
Yeah, slick no look pass attempt, but sometimes that eye contact can be helpful. Just got to know where all your guys are.
Miles, a good pass, and he got it back. Great look by Matthews. And now Miles will have a trip at the charity stripe.
That was a great play there. Matthews doing a great job recognizing the open floor. And then Miles cutting to the hoop.
Miles came away with 5 points in the win over Northwest. He sinks his first point tonight. Justice will take a seat, replaced by Robinson. Nothing but net also on the second. Still a double-digit lead.
Horizon's had a tough time finding their offense in this quarter. I think if they're gonna look to score more from the 3, I think they're gonna have to do a better job of getting their shooters open, making sure everybody has good looks on those 3s, and they're not just throwing up contested looks.
Simmons Little, dangerous pass. Westerfield still has it. Good extra pass, left wing 3, right in front of our camera angle, but no good for Pollard.
Nice job by Traders Point keeping that one alive. Thought Cooper Simmons Little was gonna.
Traveling with it was Loring.
Excuse me. Yeah, thought he was gonna turn that one over. All of a sudden, still going. Pretty clean look for 3 even. Look at how low Ethan May is getting. Playing defense. Grit grinding.
This matchup has been pretty good. Busick has 5 points in the quarter. But still, May has been on him as close as he can get. Busick twice thought about it. Dishes down. Simmons a little around and down.
And now that is what a no-look pass is supposed to look like, and that's what it does look like when you have such great chemistry all throughout the team.
6 second-quarter points for Simmons Little.
When everybody's looking to move the ball, everyone's looking at the ball.
Ethan May with a crafty Euro step. May has 5 points, 40 seconds. Similar play, Busick with the Westerfield screen. Busick. Able to get it back. Looks like we'll see one final shot for Traders Point. They've led the entire way. And they'll take an even bigger lead, perhaps, into the locker room. It's up to 12. 5 seconds for Horizon. I don't think they see the clock. Up the floor, wide open three, Matthews. And he may have rushed it well off the mark. Traders Point leads 29-17. Hot three-point shooting in that first quarter for Horizon, but the defense started to pick up for Traders Point. They got a lot of paint touches, a lot of baskets right around in the lane.
Yeah, they really did. Traders Point did a great job controlling the floor, controlling the paint when they're on offense, and when they're on defense, doing a pretty great job of keeping Horizon from finding the good, clean looks.
So Traders Point outscores Horizon 18-8 in that second quarter. They will start the second half with a 12-point lead. When we return after our halftime break here from Whitestown, you're watching Indiana High School basketball on IndianaSRN.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
You want a sports degree that is beyond the game? A degree that immerses you from day one and launches you into the business side of sports. With a sports management major from IUPUI's School of Health and Human Sciences, you'll have insider access to sports professionals and will learn from faculty with years of teaching and industry experience. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to launch your sport industry career.
Today, greed, selfish interest, and barefaced corruption seem all the fashion. America needs great men of tolerance who can give honest debate to the great issues of the day. I've seen mostly squabbling, men squandering their time, being wolves to one another. Yet, I'm not without hope. We still have Freemasonry. Yes, the same Freemasons that helped create this country have always provided great men when needed. And today, in every city and town in America, Freemasonry is still providing that special place where young men can find their greatness and accomplished men can give something back. Yes, in this time of great hope, it is my hope that America will see that Freemasonry is a national treasure that cannot be separated from our country's future.
Of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to IHSAAfoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
back at Traders Point Christian Academy, a 12-point lead for the home team. A good way to defend home court, especially coming off a loss. Chuck Levine's here. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Thanks for tuning in and enjoying this game with us. Horizon Christian, though, Chuck, they do present a good three-point threat. You know, they have some guys that beyond the arc that can stroke it if they need to. They're going to need a couple of those, I think, while also staying balanced to try and get back in this ballgame.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, they do have a three-point threat. Unfortunately, we've seen not much else besides that three-point threat. And the hard part about that is, you know, so many times you're not going to get an open shot. Fortunately for them, they have a couple guys that can make those shots that don't seem like they're open, but all of a sudden, I guess they had enough room and in the ball went. But yeah, I'm really looking for Horizon Christian to just sort of settle down and find a more sustainable, more fluid offense. I think that's what we've seen from Traders Point. That's what's made them so successful thus far. It took them a little bit to calm down and sort of get in the flow, but ever since we got started into the second quarter, I mean, that offense just flew together, ended up with a huge lead going into halftime.
And give props to Traders Point, too. They gave up those 3 threes in the first quarter. They didn't give up one in quarter number 2. They only allowed Horizon Christian to score 8 points in that quarter. Also limiting Brody Matthews. He was kind of non-existent in the paint. He only finished with 2 points that half.
Yeah, they've pretty much erased his name from the score sheet. Like you said, only 2 points. He's been in foul trouble. He's only one block so far today. So everything all around he's been limited. You see he's not starting the second half as Horizon Christian heads out onto the floor. That's a pretty big tell that Traders Point defense is doing the right thing.
Before the second half gets underway, I want to remind you this game is brought to you in part by Industrial Sales Associates. They've been an electromechanical component manufacturer's representative for Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Michigan, and Eastern Tennessee for many years. Good luck to all teams during the sports season. For more information about Industrial Sales Associates, contact Rich at 317-546-1900. And now, 8 more minutes up on the clock. We'll begin the third quarter. Horizon Christian has possession going towards their end of the floor. A jump. 2 guys going out Loring, and somehow he comes away with it. What a crazy sequence that was.
Yeah, not really sure what happened there. He had the ball. He was just starting to get a play rolling, and all of a sudden the ball was loose, and we're rolling to the rim.
Simmons Little drove in, and he gets fouled. I kind of missed who scored the bucket. I didn't even know what was happening there.
Yeah, all of a sudden it was just it happened. But Cooper Simmons Little there driving. That was something that we saw at the end of the last quarter. He had a nice bucket right at the end there to give them that 29 points to end the half. We'll be looking to see him doing a lot more of that. He had tried to make the last-minute passes, and some of those were working, but some of those weren't. And I think just taking it to the rim is something he'll be looking for this half.
I thought about doing it again, Busick and Robinson. I believe the bucket was to Braden Matthews. He was down the floor with Loring, who, like we said, somehow came away with the basketball again after he initially lost control. Simmons Little, meanwhile, has shot 8 free throws this game. He's 6 of 8.
Doing a great job working his way to the line.
That pass was not going to fit through. Robinson steals it away and goes the length of the floor to finish.
There it is again. Traders Point turning up the defense. Steal by Robinson. Takes it coast to coast. And another steal as Cooper Simmons Little's going for it.
Back-to-back turnovers. Robinson offensive board. Swatted by Matthews. And we'll go the other way. Horizon had 6 turnovers in the first half. They already have 2, a minute 20 gone by. Loring kind of throws up a prayer, and he got fouled.
First time we've seen him try to roll to the rim. One of those big three-point buckets earlier in this game.
Loring, again, just a freshman. 2 threes in first quarter. He's been active, has the basketball in his hands every possession.
That's definitely something you can be excited about if you're Horizon Christian, someone with that this kind of skill this early on. Incredible potential.
Colton Pollard, the sophomore, has checked in, and back in the ballgame is Brody Matthews. Loring misses the back half. Deep pass down the floor, overshooting Busick.
And just a little bit too aggressive there. Busick leading the pack.
That's something Traders Point did a good job of, was limiting their turnovers. They just had 4. Matthews, spin move, and Simmons Little may have bopped him on the head.
Simmons Little went up just a little bit early. Got Matthews from behind trying to block that one.
Traders Point limiting their turnovers, also their fouls. Matthews misses the front end. Brody 0 of 3 so far shooting free throws.
Certainly can be a something very important for Traders Point. Can take advantage of if Matthews continues to struggle from the line, though he hit that one.
Busick, nifty dribbling, steps back, now down to Westerfield. Nice kick out. Pollard on a drive. Robinson will take a turn. In off the glass with the right hand.
Traders Point continuing to do a great job of just making the extra pass, finding the right man. Nice layup right underneath the basket.
Enough space for May. Three-pointer's no good.
Not anything that's going to make a difference in this game, but I'm a pretty big sneaker guy. First thing I've noticed, a whole bunch of Nike shoes out there. 2 guards on Horizon Christian breaking out the Jordans. 36s by Ethan May. And Israel Miles wearing the 37s.
Nice. You are a sneakerhead. Loose ball, out of bounds. Luckily for Loring and company, it'll stay with them.
Yeah, a lot of times schools will have a set shoe or set colors of shoes that you can wear, but I love it when we see people getting a little more creative out on the court.
Side out for Horizon. Matthews goes all the way down to the other side of the floor, and referee tags somebody with a moving screen. It looks like it is Quinn Yoder. Second foul on Yoder. Busick, screen and roll, but nobody's home.
Traders Point just
fell down. Go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah, Traders Point just doing a great job moving the ball around. Like we said, they don't really have one go-to guy.
That's a good pass right there.
Yeah, great pass. And like we said, maybe not a go-to guy, but he certainly has been today.
That's Westerfield, who's the first player in double figures tonight with 10.
Yeah, the big man has been powering it home down low all game against Horizon.
He was the man in the first quarter. 8 points. They were looking to him, no doubt about it.
8 points, and I believe 6 of their first 9.
And a lot of those off assists, like that one right there.
Yeah,
Pollard.
Talk about great passes. Colton Pollard's part of a group of sophomores that the head coach for Traders Point really feels like is pushing the older guys in practice, which is so great to see from younger players, keeping everybody accountable, keeping everyone on their toes.
Simmons Little now in double figures with his 10 points. Pollard up front with Busick. Page trying to throw it to the opposite block, and it escapes from him. 4 turnovers now in this quarter.
That's the difference in communication between two teams that we've seen tonight. Traders Point has made a couple of those no-look passes behind the back, just slipping around their defenders. We wait for a travel call there. Right, the difference between the two teams in the communication. Traders Point is able to make the plays like that because they all know where their teammates are. They all know what the plan is. Horizon Christian, it looks a lot more forced and ends up with a lot more turnovers.
May tried to throw a Euro step in there, but gets called for a travel, so another Horizon Christian turnover.
Yeah, went for the Euro step, but started in the wrong continent. That one got called for a travel pretty fast.
Substitutions taking place this third quarter, brought to you by Jack's Donuts, the official donut of IndianaSRN. Stop by the Jack's Donuts at 9105 East 56th Street or any other Jack's Donuts in your neighborhood.
Donuts are the always good go-to. Now that it's winter, it's starting to cool down.
Oh, my.
Oh, what a block.
Brody Matthews said, I don't care about the donuts, man. Falling down. It's a travel, yeah, on Westerfield, who gets up hobbling. What's your go-to donut? I asked somebody. Oh, it was Sean. Last week, Sean and I. And he likes cream-filled.
Okay, so I'm similar. I'm a custard-filled guy.
Okay.
Big maple bar.
Yeah.
Those are my.
He also likes the maple bacon.
Ooh. Man, bacon on a donut. I don't know if I can just.
See, that's what I thought at first.
It seems like too much.
But I mean, bacon on anything is almost like.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I'd have to try it before I can really make my decision. Guess I'll have to head to Jack's pretty soon.
Three in the corner, May. That's no good, and Horizon has gone cold from beyond the arc here of late. Meanwhile, Mr. Long of Horizon Christian has checked in for the first time, number 20. As has Colin May. He wears number 5.
Big step back 3 from Busick.
Beautiful move by Drew. His second 3. He's got 8 total points. And all of a sudden, this game has just gotten away from the Lions. Long puts it in off the glass, over his head.
All you can ask for, a player coming off the bench, come in and contribute.
A 12-point lead at the half has grown to 19. Traders Point has won each quarter so far.
Traders Point's methodically slow offense also sort of just a game plan, limits the defense. With no shot clock, they can take however long they can, as long as they have possession to score the ball. Takes away from Horizon's chance to score just by limiting the amount of time they have of offensive possessions.
Robinson, nice dish, and somehow flinging it up and in off the glass is Joel Cook. Final 60 seconds. Page, the good-looking move, but the shot won't fall. Trey is 0 for 4 shooting the basketball tonight. Busick with a nice move to get around Long and then up and over Matthews. Loose ball picked up by Brody.
Boy, Drew Busick sees the floor just about as well as anyone else out there. I know he's top 5 in three-pointers made and all that, but, I mean, the ball movement and the overall just basketball IQ that this kid has shown today is really what's impressed me.
Top of the key, 3. Does not get the home bounce. Cook had an offensive rebound. And as Matthews tried to save it, he stepped out of bounds. 21-point lead and 13.3 here for Traders Point.
Matthews has done a great, much better job since he re-entered in the third, not fouling quite as much, still being active on defense and turning some shots away as well.
Busick able to beat everybody again, and Cook with a Matthews heave that may have hit the roof or the ceiling.
Yeah, I don't think that made it quite all the way across the court there.
Traders Point again owns another quarter. They lead by 21. The fourth and final quarter is coming up on IndianaSRN.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
As this fourth quarter gets started, Traders Point leading the entire way. They're up 21 on Horizon Christian.
We were just talking off air. Horizon limited to just 6 points of offense in that third quarter. Some of those coming off free throws.
The quarter-by-quarter scoring check has gone 9, 8, and then 6. Defense getting better and better for the Knights. And the offense keeping their usual pace. They're on pace to score 60 points, which is what they average.
Yeah, certainly not taking the night off, even if the defense might have been.
Justice, I think he double dribbled with it. So a rare Traders Point turnover. This fourth quarter brought to you by Pat Cherry Insurance Agency. We suggest you contact his team for all your insurance needs, family, car, business, or home, an insurance company to serve you. 317-894-7000.
I'll be looking to see, Horizon, obviously, big deficit here. It'll be tough to come all the way back. But if nothing else, this should free up your offense a little bit. Give yourself a chance to go out there, let your shooters shoot. We haven't seen quite as many deep threes from Landon Loring like we saw in the first half. Even if it might not be the best look, it's something that has worked. And with nothing working very well, like you said, score diminishing with each progressive quarter, why not?
A Robinson made bucket and then a missed three by Page. Finds us here. Robinson is having one of his better games of the season. 9 points tonight. Justice. Fadeaway jumper from the elbow. Pretty good defense by Loring. Now Loring will bring it across. Gets things back. Step back three. Good looking move there by Landon Loring. Three-pointer number 3.
Great job creating space there on the step back. Was Landon Loring. Pulled up for 3. like he did in the first half and drained it all the same.
10 points tonight for Landon to lead the Horizon scoring. Traders Point in no hurry here, but Busick, boy, he has been crafty. He's so good with the basketball, and he's in double figures with 10.
Yeah, I think looks like Drew Busick might have shown up a few hours early just to get some shots up, and I think he's still in the same mindset. I don't know if he knows that there are defenders out there. I don't know if he cares. Speaking of not caring about defenders, what a three again, Landon Loring.
Back-to-back triples for Landon now. He's got 4 of them. How about the last 3 games for Busick? 12 points against North Vermilion, 17 in their last game against Covenant Christian, and now here tonight he has 10. So 3 consecutive games of 10 or more. 3 players on this Traders Point team that average double figures, being Busick, Simmons, Little, and Justice. And how about Gus Westerfield? He's got 12 tonight. Whistle and just some substitutions being made. First for Horizon, Trent Skaggs has come in. And didn't check the second player. We'll try to locate him when he's back out on the floor. Oh, Braden Matthews has come back in. And for Traders Point,
bit of a line change.
Coach Busick got 1 or 2 of his new guys out there. Quick catch and shoot, Loring. The microwave is heating up for Landon Loring.
He's been the bright spot in a gloomy offense today for Horizon Christian. Might as well let him keep going. No stopping him.
The 2 new players for Traders Point, Nick Dearman and Ryan Cowell. So Loring has 3 threes in this quarter. The last 3 that was made by Horizon was Loring in the first quarter. Quarters 2 and 3, they did not have a made 3-point attempt. Pretty tough take there for Trey Page. The 8th grader has his first bucket.
Yeah, nice hustle play by the young kid. Young kid, but a tall kid.
Got a lot of growing left to do, that's for sure.
Yeah, made the hustle play on the steal, finished it with getting the contact.
Pretty good extra pass. Westerfield may have gotten blocked by Matthews. The foul down low will keep the basketball at that end.
So the call, based on the reaction, looked like it was coming from Israel Miles.
It is on Miles. Simmons, Little, and Busick come back in. So Dearman and Cowell just out there for a moment. Simmons, Little beats Miles baseline, and a collision between him and Matthews.
Yeah, trying to go up for another layup for him there, but unable to either get the ball up or just maintain through the collision there.
A couple of bad passes committed by Horizon. Much better scoring in this 4th period. Horizon has already scored 11 points after just 6. Justice has it stolen away by Matthews. Good pass over to the trailing Miles, who gets bumped but still converts the layup.
Loving the hustle here from Horizon. They know they're down by a lot and then it's late, but they're not giving up. Plenty of steals, getting to the rim.
Second foul on Simmons Little as Miles converts the N1. Busick trying to work his way around some traffic. Defense intensity picking up just slightly this late in the game. The drive. And a good bucket off the glass for Traders Point.
Yeah, Robinson had a nice post-up spin move, wide open in the lane.
Robinson has been an X factor tonight. Simmons Little turns defense into offense.
Yeah, great.
4 players tonight in double figures, Chuck.
Yeah, Traders Point has had a fluid offense. Everybody, all throughout, whether you're coming off the bench, everybody's contributing. Everyone's helping out, and like you said, 4 different scores in double digits, man. That's impressive.
12 each for CSL and Westerfield. 11 for TJ Robinson, and Drew Busick has 10.
The other thing about that is I just love all the different ways that they score. Not everybody's taking deep threes, though we've seen the ability from Busick. We've seen the paint play from Westerfield, Simmons Little slashing.
As a team, Chuck, they've only made 3 3-pointers, Traders Point.
And I believe Busick has 2 of them.
Yes, he does. The final minute. Westerfield is going to score again. Matthews fouls him. Gus Westerfield could end up finishing the game as Traders Point's leading scorer.
Yeah, it's just one of those days. Doesn't matter who shoots it or where they shoot it from. If you throw it up, it might just go in if you're playing for Traders Point.
And he converts the and one. Final seconds ticking away. Final 50 seconds of play brought to you by Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe, located in Lawrence, Indiana. 6427 Oaklandon Road is their address. Try breakfast or lunch any day between Wednesday and Sunday. You can also carry out 317-760-1640. Mass substitutions. Everybody in off the bench for Coach Busick. And a much-deserved round of applause from the fans for how that starting 5 played tonight.
Yeah, excellent job by Traders Point. Defending home court, coming off a loss, doing a great job of keeping their head in the game, making sure they're running their offense and not just trying to rush the hoop. Through and through quality performance.
Loose ball. Picked up by Matthews. A lot of turnovers in the second half from Horizon 2. They have 9 to speak of. And as a team, this whole entire game, Traders Point has only committed 10. Taking care of the basketball and turning those turnovers from Horizon into offense. And that's why we see this 20-point advantage. So Traders Point will move to 5-1 on this season. Horizon Christian will drop another game, May with 2 back-to-back fouls. Not exactly sure why, but it's all right. Give a chance to score for Ryan Cowell.
This will be Horizon's second road loss of the season. They were 2-1 on the road coming into this one, and a third home victory as Traders Point improves to 3-0 at home.
Cowell goes 2 for 2. The sophomore will cap off the scoring for this game. Unless Page wants to end a buzzer beater. He does not. Our final score, 59-37. The Knights defend home court, pick up a huge win. They led by 12 at halftime and did not let off the throttle. 22-point victory.
Yeah, just an overall great performance through and through. Drew Busick, Cameron Simmons Little. I mean, they pretty much just shut them down. Like we said, 12 points at halftime, and it just kept growing and growing. 21 by the start of the fourth quarter, and again, holding Horizon to just 6 points in the third quarter. It was a great show overall by both teams, by Traders Point. On defense, though, Horizon started to bring it back a little bit. Their shooting definitely showed how dynamic and how much of a threat it can be. Definitely can be a very important thing going forward, Horizon Christian.
Horizon Christian will next look forward to the Indiana School for the Deaf 5 days from today, and then Traders Point will take on undefeated University 4 days from today, so that would be Saturday. Or maybe Horizon Christian, that means they would play on Sunday. I don't think that's right. The date I have written down. It's all right, though. They play the Indiana School for the Deaf in their next game. And now we will look at our upcoming schedule for you. Reminder, you can listen to Christmas music 24/7 on IndianaSRN. That is right, any time of the day. 24/7 Christmas music on our website. And then a look at our upcoming games for you. A jam-packed Saturday featuring Cecina and Heritage Christian doing battle. And then Shortridge was facing Bishop Chatard, but also on Saturday we have the 10th annual Tri-State Orthopedics Bossy Winter Classic. A lot of games for you on that Saturday, 7 in total. So we're looking forward to making that trip down to Evansville on Friday for the games that are taking place on Saturday. And then, as mentioned, Monday game next week, Shortridge facing off with Chatard, and then 2 games for you next Thursday, Lebanon and Guerin Catholic, and also Triton Central and Heritage Christian. Follow us on Twitter so you're up to date on our entire schedule, and also check out our website, IndianaSRN.org, for all of our upcoming games. For our entire crew, Greg Smith, our producer, our cameraman, Joel Mears, and for you, sir, Chuck Levine, always a pleasure. I'm Jarrett Lewis. So long for now. You're watching Indiana High School Basketball, powered by IndianaSRN.